Live. Good evening, everyone. It's 7:47, 2 minutes late. Welcome back to another live stream. It's Tuesday evening, a little bit of an impromptu live stream. This one only decided a couple of hours that we'd be doing this live stream where we're going to be predicting the scores, all the scores of all 25 matches of the European qualifying section of the 2022 World Cup campaign, which takes place in Qatar at the end of next year. Isn't that, Nathan?
Yeah, it is indeed.
It is.
Shocking dates, but oh well, we'll live with it.
So, yeah, as I said, these matches taking place on Wednesday and Thursday. I know there's matches on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. But, we've got 25 matches to predict. We're only going to be on here for around about an hour. So it's just gone 7:45 now. We'll be back on all the way up to about 8:45 this evening. So we're going to try and fit in these 25 fixtures. Before we do that, Nathan, let's just have a quick chat or say hello to everybody in the chat.
Cardiff fans in here already, and in particular Newport fans. Well, Mike, hope you're having a good one.
Yes,
thanks for having me on earlier as well. Really do appreciate it in your video as well.
Fantastic.
So,
I believe.
Welcome in, Doug, too.
Yeah, Douglas, how are you today? I've seen snippets of your
love your Wales prediction.
Your predictions, but we'll see how it goes on. Anyway, so
we'll get on to the situation later, I think. We'll save that.
So welcome in, everybody, and anybody who's watching this back at a later date. Mike Green, the 2022 World Cup final is a day before my birthday. Congratulations. And 10 Step, welcome in. But we're going to get straight into it. 7:45. Tomorrow evening, UK time, we've got Portugal against Azerbaijan. I think I'm going to have to get a better graphic than that. I don't know if you can find a better website for me, Nathan, on your laptop. This is just the schedule for this week's fixtures. So first up, we've got Portugal against Azerbaijan in Group A. Surely we're looking at a Portugal win for this one. It just depends on how many buy, I suppose, Nathan. But of course, you've got the likes of Ronaldo. You've got the likes of
very strong.
Who else plays for them in the middle of the park? Bruno Fernandes, of course. So an array of talent. Could they even be favourites for the World Cup come next November, December? But in this one, I'm going to go for a straightforward Portugal win. They want to get off to a flying start in this group, and I can see this ending up something like 3 or 4-0. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory to Portugal in this one.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't been able to find a graphic for you, by the way. But if Portugal don't win this, then there's something wrong, clearly. But yeah, they're just going to overload them. Really strong squad. Fernandes, Ruben Neves, Ronaldo. The list goes on and on. Patricio in goal, strong if he's available.
He'd probably be out.
Yeah, I imagine he'd be out. But that's such a strong team there. I'm going to go for a 5 or 6-0. I think I'm going to go 5-0.
5-0 for Nathan.
5-0.
Fantastic. So who have we got then next, then, Nathan? Well,
let's have a look at the chat as well. Mike's gone for a 7-0. Quite a bold score, that as well. BB Cardiff City fan says 4-0. Interesting. And also that Cardiff fan says 4-0 as well. Interesting as well. Right, who we got next? Oh. Don't know what's happening here.
Next up, we've got Serbia, and this is again in Group A. We've got Serbia coming up against Republic of Ireland. Your thoughts on this one then, Nathan?
With the way that Republic of Ireland are playing, they don't score goals at all. I believe they went something like 8 or 9 full hours without scoring a single goal. They looked absolutely dire against Wales the last time we played against them. That Kenny guy who's their manager, who obviously took over from the Bluebird legends. Nick McCarthy, of course. He has been a complete and utter disaster in that role. Serbia, they've got to win this one. I don't see Ireland sneaking through. They need a change of management there. They're not going to qualify for the World Cup. Even with their squad being quite weak as well, you could say in some certain areas. Midfield's okay, but then again they're playing Jeff Hendrick there, so
it's all right at Newcastle.
Okay, though it's Jeff Hendrick though. Defense could be a bit improved. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Serbia. Ireland still no goals there.
2-0 to Serbia. Well, let's just have a quick look at the FIFA rankings. Find out where Serbia are in the world.
Wales there.
Doesn't look like there they are in 29th position of, was it 1,471 ranking points this that's the previous points, the total points though for Serbia, not that this means that much anyway, it's 1,481. Republic of Ireland just a couple of places below them. Okay, traditionally defensively they've been very good, Republic of Ireland, but they are going out to Serbia in this one. This takes place in Belgrade, of course. Both teams will want to get off to a very good start. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair, but I'm just going to sneak it with a Serbia 1-0 victory.
Interesting. Any idea who you think will score?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I give some answers, but Ireland, who on earth is going to score for them ever in these qualifiers?
Let's have a look at the Serbia.
I bet the Irish guy wants to absolutely whip us at the moment after that comment.
Yeah. Let's have a look who we got. Jovic, of
Oh
course.
yeah, Jovic, 2 goals, I reckon.
Tadic, whether he's still
Milinkovic Savic as well.
Mitrovic.
He's been off recently.
I don't know if he's in the squad at the moment. They got Matic as well of Manchester United. Yeah. So, they got some very good players. And Luka Mihajlovic, I think.
Milivojevic, yeah.
From
Palace.
They got an array of talent. Whether Mihajlovic is in that squad, I'm not sure. But, some fine players playing for Serbia. Fantastic. So, let's have a look what the guys are saying in the chat. Portugal free. Don't think Portugal will play the strongest squad. Says 10 step cyber leader WHUFC. Yo, this guy on TalkSport claiming he supports us said Moyes out. Do you think he supports us? Probably not. No. 10 steps gone for 1-0 Serbia, but I hope Ireland win.
Ever since I heard the Simon Jordan comments about Cardiff, I do not take TalkSport seriously anymore, so I just ignore it, quite frankly.
But he's just one opinion on TalkSport. That's not.
It's just one opinion, but I just. I don't know somehow. There's a few things that are a bit iffy, but either way, moving on.
Fantastic. Cardiff City fan, or that Cardiff City fan, I should say, has gone for Serbia 3, Republic of Ireland 1. Bluebirds Cardiff City FC fan has gone for Serbia 2, Republic of Ireland 1. Kansas Arkansas has gone for 2-0 Serbia. Are you from the States, Kansas Arkansas? Well, that might just be a name. You never know. Ashton Knight's gone for 2-1 to Serbia. Kostic is on fire from Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany.
Harry saying 5-0. Serbia.
Wow, I can't see
I can see it.
I can't. No way.
Ireland, they're a bit messy at the back and they don't score at all. 8 hours without scoring is mad.
Yeah, but I can't see them conceding 5 goals in the first match. They're going to keep it. If they come away with a 0-0 draw in Serbia, then I think that would be a good result for them. But what did you say anyway, Nathan, in it?
I said 2-0 Serbia.
2-0. So we're both going for a home win for Serbia against the Republic of Ireland. Bluebirds Cardiff City has just got ahead of himself then with a Malta 0, Russia 3. And Cyber Leader has gone for England 5, San Marino 0. But we'll come on to that a little bit later. But now we have got Malta against Russia. So what are your thoughts in this one, Nathan?
Malta, a bit of an average team, don't really know much about them. Russia, ever since they got ripped to shreds in 2016 and then bringing it on to 2018, I'd say they have a pretty decent squad, in my opinion. Some great players in there. You got like Denis Cheryshev from Villarreal. Good evening, by the way, to all of your Unai Emery supporters out there. I think it's going to be a 4-0 to Russia. I'm going to say Cheryshev 2 goals, and then other goals probably. I mean, there's a lot of players there who play in the Russian league, so maybe one who plays for, I'm going to say, Zenit St. Petersburg, and then Spartak, goal scorer.
Well, looking at Malta's results over the past few years, they have actually improved, etc. However, they're coming up against a seasoned
improving Russian team,
and how they did so well in the last World Cup at home, obviously. I think Russia will go there and start off on the front foot. We'll get a positive result, and I can see them winning 2-0 in this one. I don't think it's going to be a whitewash, because I know that Malta, although I think they have had difficulty scoring goals, I do think that Russia will come away with a 2-0 victory. Sorry, Ethan, what did you say on that one?
I said 4-0 Russia.
Malta. So 4-0. 2-0 for me and 4-0 for you. And what are we guys saying in the chat?
Right, so we have got...
We're up to the Cardiff City fan, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Matt Cardiff City fan saying 2-0 Russia, 10 Step 4-0, same as me. Cyber Leader actually thinks that Malta will score 2-1 to Russia. Then we got 2 3-0s from Kansas and Ashton. Russia did host the last World Cup in 2018. And then Matt Cardiff fan jumped ahead with 4-1 Turkey Netherlands as well. But interesting fact about 2018 Russian World Cup, we were actually, what country were we in when we saw England getting knocked out? I actually can't remember.
I think probably between...
No, we were
in Spain.
We were actually just leaving France at that point, leaving Saint-Tropez, when England got knocked out of the World Cup.
Wasn't it? It wasn't the
it wasn't the second game.
That's right, coming out of France. Anyway, next up we have got the big one for us. We have got Belgium coming up against Wales. Now, traditionally, in the last few years, Wales have done pretty good against Belgium. We've actually, but Wales are suffering injuries, massive blow that Aaron Ramsey
and a bit iffy call-ups as well, you could say, with the omission of Will Vaulks as well.
Well, Will Vaulks been playing very good for Cardiff City, and you've got certain players from lower league clubs actually coming in as well.
How on earth is Josh Sheehan in there? That's what I want to know.
Ramsey being omitted from the squad because of injury as well. You'd thought maybe Vaulks would slot it in, but no.
How?
Yeah. But I'm not sure about the goalkeeping situation. Will Ward be deputising in goals, because we know that Hennessy has been injured out for a long time now.
Yeah, I think Ward will be in tomorrow. I don't think Adam Davis will play. I'll be Ward.
I think Eden Hazard is out for this match.
Hazard's out. Lukaku's out.
Yeah. But you've got the likes of De Bruyne, Tielemans, who is in the cover photo with Gareth Bale, of course. So Gareth Bale announcing today that he was only going to be at Spurs for a season. So next year he will be back, or next season he'll be back in Madrid to finish off. I think that's the last year of his contract. Yes. And then after that, who knows? Maybe Cardiff City could come home.
Come home, Bale.
Yeah, I think he's on something like 20 million for this season being at Spurs.
You did say 1 year. I actually don't know where he's going to go after Real Madrid, really, to be honest. But anyway, what's your predicted lineup for tomorrow in your formation?
Well, I think we'll go for a 4-5-1 with Ward in goals, 2 centre backs of Metham and Rodon, sorry.
Oh, it's because you're going mad at this point, though you've admitted his favourite player. But
on the left, I'm not sure if Ben Davis is
out.
So you probably, the double barrel names?
Reece Norrington Davis.
Davis will be left back. Right back, I'm going to have to go for Connor Roberts as Swansea. You probably have in the middle 3, we'd probably have Ampadu holding, with probably Allen just in front of him and Morale. So what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7. You'd probably have Wilson on the right or on the left with Bale
on the other side.
And we've got Kiefer Moore up front. Is that enough? I'm not sure if I've missed somebody else.
But I've actually prepared for this one and done my own formation in it. I actually think we're going to play a 5-3-1-1 tomorrow. So I'm going to put Ward in goal, then a back 5 of Norrington Davis, Metham, and Ampadu as the anchor man, just ahead of Metham and Rodon just behind them. And then Connor Roberts on the right.
See you, Doug. Thanks for dropping in.
No worries, Doug.
If you're in Tesco's.
Anyway, in the 3 in midfield, I have gone for Joe Allen in midfield with Morel next to him on the left-hand side, and then maybe playing Wilson in a sort of a Mazzala role, back and forth, up and down the pitch and stuff, sort of just playing up that line. And then Gareth Bale just behind, playing a shadow striker behind Kiefer Moore. That's my lineup there. So let me know what you think about that, guys. As prediction-wise, and don't worry, we'll get onto the gig situation after the prediction, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw just based on our past stuff with Belgium.
It's going to be very, very difficult. Now, I know that Wales I've something like how many games unbeaten now? Is it something like 9 or 10? Maybe a little bit more than that. But to go away to the number 1 ranked team in the world and actually get anything is going to be an absolute monumental task. If we come away 0-0, that would be fantastic. Whether we can score against them, if Bale's, if he's up for this one, then anything can happen. Head actually says a Belgium win, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go for a draw as well. I'm going to go 0-0.
Another interesting fact as well I just noticed is that the Portugal-Azerbaijan game is actually taking place at the Allianz Stadium in Turin.
Is it?
In Italy, yes, correct. Let's have a look at some comments before we get to talk about gigs. Right, where do we start? Cyberlee's going for 3-1 to Belgium. That Cardiff City fan, Belgium 4-2 Wales.
Yeah.
Boomer's Cardiff City fans going for 1-1. 10-step 2-1.
To Belgium.
Yeah. 1-1 Doug saying Belgium 3-0 as well. And then, that's about it.
What about the Knights?
Yeah.
2-1 to Belgium. Cardiff City fan, I think Cabango will start because Ampadu, I think, is injured. Interesting. Could be playing free at the back. Could play free at the back. He might go to Cardiff. Doubt it. I think he.
Too early,
Cabango from Cardiff, of course. I think his brother plays for Cardiff Blues as well. Maybe Lockyer will start. I don't think he will.
No, Lockyer's injured.
Rodon, especially playing for Tottenham. Metham, a mainstay of that Bournemouth defence.
Even though he's been in and out, he's still been very good.
Yeah, he's probably the one who's playing the most football, apart from Lockyer, of course, for Luton. But let's have a look. Cyber leader WHU. England have a fully fit squad. Only Pickford not involved, but Dean Henderson is there. So we've both gone for a draw in this one. You, Nathan, 1-1, and I've gone for a 0-0. That's going to be a massive task. Gigs. I know that Robert Page is taking charge of these these three fixtures. This match against Belgium, the Czech Republic match, and the friendly against Mexico on Sunday, I believe.
Interesting. Yes, that is correct. But my opinion on it is if this isn't sorted out by the end of April, then I think he should step down as Wales manager. As for who we go for, though, I would say Rob Page, but I feel like we need to get an experienced man in.
Well, I stick with Rob Page, and I bring in.
I think Rob Page is assistant.
And I bring in Ocean Roberts. If he's not, I think he's in Morocco or somewhere like that.
He's in Morocco at the moment.
But I keep with Rod Page and Ocean Roberts if he wants to come back into the fold, because it's the European Championships.
Who would you get if he doesn't? Not many choices.
Not many. Even I know that Bellamy's. I think is he in the under-21s and Anderlecht?
Yeah, he's with Anderlecht.
Is it Anderlecht?
Yeah, Anderlecht.
Is it a step up too big, or does he slowly want to work his way up? Maybe he won't even want to take the Welsh job at this stage of his career. I don't know, but a quick back. They might go to Cardiff. Doubt it. You never know. Cyber leader Estonia 1, Czech Republic 3. Danny Ward, Cardiff, Danny Ward, Wales. Yes. Bluebirds Cardiff City FC has gone for Estonia 0, Czech Republic 2, and Danny Ward.
Excellent. Right, I get on my replacement anyway, as I didn't say earlier. I probably have to go for Nathan Jones. He's probably the only Welsh manager who's performing at the moment. I wouldn't go for the likes of Pulis or anyone like that. Anyway, guys, pop it in the comments on who you would like. If Gig steps down, who would you like as your Wales manager? Let us know.
Fantastic. And moving on to the second match in Group B, we've got Estonia coming up against Czech Republic. And of course, Czech Republic now infiltrating the Premier League. We've got the likes of Souček and Sufel playing for West Ham. And I believe there's some more players being lined up.
Very good.
Sparta Prague, of course, being the likes of Leicester and Rangers. So football in the Czech Republic is on their way up a little bit, you could say. So what are your thoughts, Nathan, on this time?
Estonia, sort of an average national team, I'd say, but Czech Republic, some great players in there. Great going at the back as well. Strong defensively. 42nd, though, in the world rankings. Yeah, I'm going to probably go for 2-0 Czech Republic.
2-0.
Yeah, they have had a fall from grace, though.
Estonia,
and Vidra as well from Burnley.
I don't even know where Estonia are in the rankings, etc. Never qualified for a major competition. Czech Republic got some very good players playing for them. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to the Czech Republic in this one. So, now who we've got next, Nathan? Moving on. We've got Cyprus against Slovakia.
Cyprus, Slovakia. Slovakia, good international team. In theory, they should be winning this one. I believe that Cyprus have some decent-ish players, but not strong enough, I don't think.
They've done very well in the last 2 qualifying campaigns, so you can't discount
them, no. I think it'll be tight, especially considering I believe it is in Cyprus as well. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Slovakia victory, I think.
Interesting. Well, both teams won't want to lose this one. Czech Republic, as we said, got some very good players coming through. Did they have they qualified for the Euros?
I don't think they have. No. Someone let us know, guys.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. I can see Cyprus actually getting a result in this one. So Steve Cooper as well.
Czech Republic have qualified.
They have. Yeah. Maybe the Czechs will get through. But Estonia, not bad. Right, Arkansas has gone for 2-0 to Czech Republic. Steve Cooper is Welsh. He is indeed.
I can't see him going to the national team though. And he also used to manage England under 19s. So.
Yeah, but he is Welsh.
Yeah.
Father, of course, is a Welsh referee, Cardiff City fan. Would he step up from the Swansea position to Wales?
Up, isn't it?
There would be a lot of unhappy Swans fans and a lot of unhappy Cardiff City fans having another Jack in charge of Wales after the likes of Coleman in the past. Yeah.
Tosha.
Well, Tosha was Cardiff.
Yeah.
So what ranking is England? We will find out. I think there's something like about 4th or 5th. Czech Republic team is on the ride. They might finish 2nd. Interesting. Christopher Birchall, big game tomorrow for us. Yeah, come on Wales. Cyprus 1, Slovakia 2, says that Cardiff City fan. The cyber leader, WHUFC, has sent Cyprus 1, Slovakia 2. Kansas Arkansas has gone for 1-1, same as myself. Bluebird Cardiff City FC fan has gone for Cyprus 0, Slovakia 3. Yes, Slovakia is in. And Poland versus Sweden and Spain in the same group. Indeed, they are. So moving on to the next fixture, we have Finland coming up against Bosnia and Herzegovina, and this takes place at 7:45 on Wednesday, 24th of March in Group D. Nathan, your thoughts on this one?
My thoughts on this one.
Well, Finland had a very good qualifying campaign last time out.
I mean, you got the likes of Timo Pukki there. Bosnia got some good players as well. You got the likes of Edin Dzeko coming through. I don't know really. He's been there for absolutely since forever. But the thing I want to know about the likes of Bosnia and stuff is what their defence is looking like. I mean, the Finland captain, I believe he's out there struggling in Greece or Turkey or somewhere at the moment, having a really torrid time for himself. It's difficult. I think it's going to be 2 defences coming up against each other.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think there'll be goals 2-2. I reckon.
Yeah, I'm just looking through their squad now.
Yeah.
Marcus Frost. Who does he play for?
Brentford.
Yeah, interesting. So they got the likes of Frost, as I said, Palias Ajaroui, who's quite his name, Nico Hanalan, Lucas Hadrek, Tim Sprav, Timo Pukki, of course, and Glenn Kamara.
Rangers.
Interesting, yeah. So they've got a few names in that Finland, and when we saw them play, they actually played some very good
Tim Sprav is the captain, by the way. The one I was just on about.
And then, of course, we've got this Bosnia squad, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Looking at some names from Bosnia, we got the next
Pjanic as well.
Klasinac,
you can't count at all, can you?
Dimirovic, I think.
Dimirovic.
Yeah.
Asmir Begovic as well with Bournemouth.
Absolutely. So This one is a very tough nut to call. Nathan, what are your thoughts on this one?
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. I think I'm going to favour the home side in this one. I think Finland will sneak through it.
Cookie masterclass?
Possibly you'll get on the score sheet, but I'm going to go for Finland 2.
Interesting.
Bosnia 1. And next up, before we do that, let's have a quick look what the guys are saying in the chat. So Chris Birchfield has gone for Finland 1, Bosnia 2. Cyber Leader has gone for Finland 1, Bosnia 2. Cardiff City fan has gone for a 1-1 draw. Bluebirds Cardiff City FC fan has gone for Finland 2, Bosnia Herzegovina 1. Kansas Arkansas has gone for 1-1. They struggle with their national team. They do indeed. And Bosnia. And Fabian Shah, Finland guy at Newcastle, of course. And Kansas, I think Bosnia is about to fire their coach too. Interesting, Kansas. So next up, we've got Latvia and Montenegro, Nathan. What are you thinking?
Will be watching this one outside of Latvia or Montenegro, to be honest.
Probably be on the red button, this one.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
We've actually seen Montenegro live.
We have indeed, yes.
And kind of Wales struggled against them.
We did, but that was back in the day of at the start of the Coleman era, wasn't it? I believe we were in the Canton end for that one. Didn't sell out. Only about 18,000 people were there. And yeah, we struggled throughout it. Wales fans put in an effort, to be fair. Loads of room everywhere in the stadium. But yeah, at least we did struggle, but at least we came out with something in the end. And it did turn out okay. Looking at the Montenegro squad, though, at the moment, Stevan Jovetic is a player in there, and Savic from Atletico Madrid as well. So they've got some decent, fairly all right players in there. As for Latvia, don't really know many. Let me know if you know anyone who plays for them, guys. I can't think of anyone out of my head. So I am probably. I have no idea what I'm going to go for in this one.
Well, according to the bookies, Montenegro are slight favourites in this one. But it's coming up against Latvia. I should imagine that this is going to be a low-scoring match. So I'm actually going to go for a 1-0 away victory to Montenegro in this one to kick off their campaign on a positive footing.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 2-0, I think.
2-0?
2-0, yes.
Fantastic.
Right, chat time.
No clue where you pulled that one from. What's that one then?
What's that, Little Ice? A very good one.
Little Ice, what do you mean on that one? Fantastic. I got to go. I have a cold. Do not demonetise virus. I have symptoms. Bye. Come on, Wales. Yeah. Take care of yourself, that Cardiff City fan. Montenegro 1-0, same as myself. Bluebirds Cardiff City FC fans gone for Latvia 1, Montenegro 1. Hassan Ali, the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome in. Hope you are doing well, Hassan. Kansas, Arkansas, Latvia, Montenegro 0-0. I don't really know much about this one. Just that the bookies have gone for a Montenegro victory. Of course, neither team has qualified for a major competition in their history. But coming up next in Group H, still on Wednesday, we've got Slovenia coming up against Croatia. Nathan, what are your thoughts?
Slovenia, I'd say they have a fairly okay squad. You've got the likes of Jan Oblak, by far the best goalkeeper in the world, no question about it. Joseph Ilic as well, I believe from the Italian leagues. Also, if anyone remembers, Haris Vukic, who used to play for Cardiff City as well back in 2013. When was it? 2012-13. 11-12. And Malky Mackay. Remember Vukovic?
Yeah, he didn't play many games, though, did he?
Not many. He was a bit of a flop. Matovic is another one. Players like that. And then if you look at the likes of Croatia squad, very strong squad. You have the likes of Luka Modric. Let me think of some others a minute. Croatia. Bear with me, guys. Rakitic, how on earth did I forget him? Vida, even Perisic as well, Kovacic from Chelsea, and the world's greatest defender, guys, Dejan Lovren.
Well, they've met each other.
How good he was at Liverpool.
Well, these teams have met each other 9 times in the past. Croatia have won 6 of them. They've drawn 3 and they've never actually lost against Slovenia. So can the Slovaks, if that's what you call them, can they actually pull off a surprise result in this one? So what are you saying then, Nathan, in this Slovenia-Croatia fixture?
I'm going to go 2-0 Croatia, I think.
Yeah, well, they last met on 20th of August 2008, which is what's that now, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, in an international friendly where Croatia actually won in Slovenia, and prior to that it was a Croatia victory. So as we said, they've won 6 out of their 9 matches they play. I think the Croatia, as you say, with their very strong squad, they got to what was the final of the last World Cup as well. I don't think they should have too much trouble overcoming Slovenia in this one. I think they've got a bit of an aging team as well.
Yeah, it is getting on. Like Modric is getting on, Rakitic. Slovenia, yeah.
So I'm going to go for a straightforward away victory to the Croatia. I'm going to go for 2-0 in this one. So let's have a look what the guys are saying in the chat. He said Fabian Schär was from Finland. Nowhere close. He's from Switzerland.
Oh, that was from someone earlier on, I think.
Right, okay. Kansas, Arkansas, Slovenia 2, Croatia 2. Crystal Birchall has gone for Croatia to win 3-1. Croatia 2, Slovenia 1. Struggle for goals, Lil Ice. Cardiff City FC fan has gone for Slovenia 1, Croatia 3. Croatia looks like they are falling down. They're on the... Yeah, they're going to have to start bringing through a lot of their youth now. They are on the downward spiral, however. I think they're going to have too much for this Slovenian side, surely.
Yeah, they did get to the 2018 World Cup final, thankfully beating England as well, which is always good to see.
Kramaric is probably their best player apart from Modric. They did get to the 2018 World Cup final, and Eli says, "Oh, rubbish." Fantastic. So next up, we've got the World Cup holders in France coming up against Ukraine.
France, unbelievable squad depth where we start, quite frankly.
Yeah, they could field 2 teams, and the second string wouldn't look out of place in the in any international match, Nathan. So what are we thinking? France, Ukraine, are we looking at a France victory in this one?
Yeah, we should be. I mean, look at the France squad. We've got like some Mbappe, Griezmann, Giroud, Pogba. Look at the amount of great players. We have Kante as well. So many good players in the France squad. And then looking at Ukraine, you got lots of Yarmolenko as well, who used to play for West Ham, Zinchenko. You've got some fairly okay players in that squad. But France, surely they got to get through 4-0.
4-0?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just looking at their head-to-head in the past. Now, of course, this is going to be played in Paris, so you'd expect them to be very strong in France. I think it takes place in Paris. Yeah, it's in the Stade de France.
Yeah, it's in Saint-Denis, yeah.
Let's have a look at any sort of team. France are set to host Ukraine at Stade de France on Wednesday. France coming into this game on the back of a 4-2 win over Sweden last November at the Stade de France. A brace from experienced Chelsea striker Oliver Giroud and goals from Bayern Munich stars Benjamin Pavard and Kingsley Coman ensured a victory for France. Crashing door midfielder Victor Claesson and Mainz forward Robin Quaison scored the consolation goals for Sweden. Ukraine, on the other hand, lost 3-0 to Switzerland last November. The Ukraine team was placed in quarantine after PAFSID demonetised virus results in the squad, with UEFA awarding that 3-0 victory to Sweden. So they never actually got onto the pitch. In the head-to-head, in 10 head-to-head encounters between the two sides, France hold the clear advantage. They've won 6 games, lost 1 and drawn 3. So France have a clear advantage in this fixture, going on historical games. The two countries last faced each other last year, with France beating Ukraine 7-1.
Oh yes, they did indeed.
The first off brace from Chelsea striker Oliver Giroud, an own goal left right Vital Milenko, goals from Reyes midfielder Camavinga, by Croatian Tolisso, Paris Saint-Germain star Kylian Mbappe, and Barcelona attacker Antoine Griezmann secured the win for France. So will we see a repeat scoreline of that 7-1 victory?
We could do. I said 4-0, so it probably won't be that much, but no, I think it'll be quite high anyway. I think, I think Ukraine will definitely want to turn it this time anyway.
Yeah, I think
moving on.
I think Les Bleus will win this one, and I'm going to go for a 3-0. 3-0 win over Ukraine. I can't see the Ukrainians getting on the score sheet in this fixture. But before we get on to Gibraltar versus Norway, let's have a look what the guys are saying in the chat. Arkansas, yes, but all their key players are getting old. Looks like there's a bit of banter going on in the chat there. Cardiff City fans, France 2, Ukraine 1. Lil Ice has gone for 3-0. Convincing scoreline, exactly the same as me.
Euro 2016.
Kansas has gone for a France 4, Ukraine 1. Christopher Birchall, France played them in the Euros 2016. Too much class for Ukraine. Could be a slow. It could well be. No, they didn't. Ukraine didn't advance from the group. Interesting. So next up, we've got Gibraltar coming up against Norway. Norway, fantastic, great, lots of superb players in the ranks. Gibraltar, I think, didn't they have a really good result against Scotland?
It was very, very close, I think. But if you look at the Gibraltar squad, it's mainly filled up with players from the likes of Europa FC, Lincoln Red Imps, sort of those players from the Gibraltar League. But if you look at Norway as well, Erling Haaland stands out. He's getting a hat-trick in this game, no doubt about. Then you've got the likes of Mark Dean Odegaard in there as well, Josh King, Bournemouth player as well, Sander Berge. Christophe Agier, former Sunderland player, I believe, as well. Yes, and Elanusi as well. Some
Johansson,
very good players in there. Johansson, fantastic.
Elanusi as well. Didn't he play for Celtic? Is that the one?
Yes. No, he's with Shonan Bellemare at the moment.
Yeah, didn't he play in the Premier League?
Yeah, he was a Premier League player, I believe.
Brighton or somewhere like that. Elanusi.
No, he's
he's had a fair play. He's Shena
Hoffenheim,
Olympiacos as well, where he scored 4 goals in 23 matches. Hoffenheim, Rosenborg, So, Elanusi. So, what's your prediction in this one, Gibraltar-Norway, Nathan?
6-0 Norway. Haaland hat-trick, maybe 4 goals. And then I'm probably going to go for a Odegaard double, I think.
Gibraltar have done well defensively, but when they do come up against these big boys,
they always crumble.
Will they get slaughtered, or will they? So I'm just going to.
It's being played as well. Oh, it's being played in Victoria in Gibraltar.
I'm just going to have a look at Gibraltar's latest results. Results. What are they saying in the chat anyway, Nathan?
So we've got Kansas saying 8-0. To Norway if they play their main team as well. Interesting. Haaland is going to get something here. You can almost guarantee it. Boomers Cardiff City fans going for 3-0 Norway as well. Nearly unstoppable Norway at the moment, absolutely. Odegaard also, Odegaard, great player as well. But looking at their recent results anyway.
They've got draws against Liechtenstein and San Marino, both minnows. Before that, they lost 3-0 to Bulgaria in a friendly away. Prior to that, they actually beat Liechtenstein 1-0. They lost against Malta, who are also playing tomorrow evening. Beat San Marino, lost 6-1 to Switzerland. Now they'd be sort of on a par with Norway, and they also lost 6-0 to Denmark. On the wrong side, they did a 3-2 home defeat against Georgia. They've also played Denmark back in 2019, and that was in Gibraltar as well, where they lost 6-0 at home. So when they come up against the big boys, look at that, a 9-0 defeat against Belgium in 2017, a 5-0 away defeat against Bosnia. Even though their results have improved, when they do come up against the big boys, they could be on the end of a slaughtering. So I'm going to go for a 4-0 victory to Norway in this one.
Moving on.
So, moving on. Who have we got next? Let's have a look, actually. What are we saying in the chat there?
Too bad they don't play in the Euros. I believe Norway haven't qualified for the Euros. You are correct. I think it was before you had Haaland scoring all the goals. Which is the reason he's not there.
Interesting. But next up, this is the first of the Thursday matches. Group F, we've got Israel coming up against Denmark. Now, Israel blow hot and cold. I remember, didn't they have a playoff against Scotland and Scotland beat them for the Euros?
So, Scotland, they're true. David Marshall, former Bluebirds legend, saving a beauty.
All home nations going through to the
minus
Euros,
Northern Ireland,
apart from Northern Ireland
and Republic of Ireland, you could say.
Yes, but you could say British Isles, not United Kingdom then. So Israel against Denmark, what are we saying then, Nathan?
Israel squad, anyone we recognise there? Sean Weissman, you could say. The only name I can see there. Denmark squad filled with quality players. Eriksson, Kasper Schmeichel as well, former Cardiff City player. Yusuf Poulsen there as well. Andreas Christensen of Chelsea. Kasper Dolberg, another good one. I believe he's currently out in Nice, if I'm correct. And then you've got Martin Braithwaite as well, the Barcelona striker. Never thought I'd be saying that, guys. Tricky one, this one. I'm actually not really. I'm going to go for 3-1 Denmark.
Does this take place in... where does this take place?
It's in Tel Aviv.
It is
in Israel.
Stadium?
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the their past results. Let's have a look. Head-to-head stats. Israel versus... Denmark, they last played in 2006 was their last match.
A while ago.
They actually played in 2006 was their last match where Denmark came away with a 2-0 victory. But going into the form, Denmark lost 4-2 against Belgium, so Wales are going to face a very tricky task. Prior to that, though, they did have 5 victories there. They beat Iceland, Sweden, England. Denmark beaten England, of course. In the Nations League groups stage, or Group A2 rather, they beat Iceland and Faroe Islands, where Israel, their form sort of bit up and down. They beat Scotland, lost against Czech Republic, beat Slovakia, lost against Czech Republic as well at home, a 0-0 draw with Scotland and a 0-0 draw with Slovakia. So I'm going to go for a narrow away win to Denmark in this one, and I'm going to go 2-1. Next up, in Group C now, we've got Bulgaria against Switzerland, and this takes place at 5 o'clock UK time. Where do we see this one then, Nathan? Bulgaria versus Switzerland.
Difficult one, this one. I'd say Switzerland should have the edge on it, like Jan Sommer in goal. Some great players there. You've got Jordan Shaqiri as well in the middle. A Kanji of Borussia Dortmund as well. Some very good players in there. Let me know some others in the comments as well if you want chat. But Switzerland definitely should have this one over Bulgaria. I'm going to say 2-0 to Switzerland. I believe this is in Sphere as well, away. So
but it's always a very difficult place to go, though, to Bulgaria. Always give their opponents a very tough time. But I do think the class of Switzerland will come through in this one. I don't think there's going to be many goals, but I'm going to go for an away victory to Switzerland, or 1-0. Yeah. Next up, in Group B, we've got Sweden coming up against Georgia. Will Zlatan be playing in this one? We know he's come out of international retirement. He must, I don't know how they're doing it. He must be like Frankenstein's monster. They put the electrodes on his neck and get him out of his wheelchair and wheel him onto the pitch. But he's still going strong. He's doing ever so well in Italy. One of the top players in Serie A at the moment. So where do we see this one going then, Nathan?
Looking at Sweden's squad as well, aside from Ibrahimovic, the god, of course, you've got Alexander Isak as well, Kuleveski, Marcus Berg,
Victor Lindelof,
Emil Forsberg, Lindelof at the back as well. Some good players there for Sweden. Yeah, they should be winning this one in the Friends Arena in, I don't know why it sounded like Roy Hodgson then, Friends Arena in Copenhagen. I'm going to say 3-0 Sweden, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go exactly the same as you in this one, Nathan. I think Sweden will have no trouble coming up against Georgia. Georgia, I think they're quite a physical team. Looking at their rugby counterparts who play the World Cup and all that sort of thing, they're always good value for money when they come up against their opponent. But I think Sweden shouldn't have too much difficulty in this one, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 win. The same as you. Looking at the chat, Kansas has gone for a 2-0 victory to Switzerland. Little Ice, tough match with Bulgaria. It is a tough match. Little Ice has gone for Switzerland. Agreed. Zlatan double 2-0. You think Zlatan will get on the score sheet? Will he even start? Kansas has gone for a 3-0 victory for Sweden over Georgia. So that's 3 of us agreeing on a 3-0 win. But coming next up, in Group J, we've got Germany coming up against Iceland now. Germany.
I have no idea where this game's taking place, by the way. In Duisburg, I believe.
Yeah, but this is. I think it's a little bit. It's not going to be a straightforward match to predict this one, because have you seen where? Okay, it didn't mean that much, but Germany in the rankings have slipped all the way down to 16th position. Iceland are.
They've slipped down a lot as well.
Currently in 37th. their squad is aging. You look at the likes of their captain, Aaron Gunnarsson, who must be around about 31, 32.
Yeah, he's 32 out playing in Al Arabi in Qatar. Looking at some of the other players as well. Yeah, Sigurdsson is aging as well. Boykirk Bjarson as well, aging.
What of the World Cup?
Yeah, Finn Borgarsson as well. Gislason, another aging player. Sig Johnson as well. Aging.
He's a very good striker, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And then you've got the likes of Bodvarsson as well, I believe, from Burnley, if that's correct. Yeah.
He plays for Burnley, doesn't he?
I believe so. There's an Icelandic player who plays for Burnley. Remind me of the chat, guys. But yeah, Germany should be fully expected to win this one, looking at their squad as usual. Neuer in goal, Kroos, Kai Havertz, Turbo Timo as well, Marco Reus, Gundogan, Kimmich, some great players there. I'm probably going to go for 3-1 to Germany. I think Iceland will score.
I don't think they'll score, but I can't see Germany scoring a hat. For we know that Timo Werner, maybe him going playing with the German squad, he'll get his shooting boots on and maybe bag a brace in this one. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the home side in this one. And next up, we have got the Battle of the Minnows. We have got Moldova coming up against the Faroe Islands now. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Moldova for this one. But before, let's have a look. Sweden, Kansas gone for a 3-2 victory to Germany. They struggle in defence like Bayern. More rubbish from Little Eyes, 2-0 Germany. Israel could honestly do an upset. Iceland could do an upset. I don't think they will. In this one. Not rubbish. Their defence is terrible. Yeah, Germany's defence is all over the place. But I
just love standing down as well after the Euros. So
I just think Germany are going to take this one. Sport Cats 0-1 has gone for a 1-0 Germany win in a scrappy game. They're going to play Rudigen and so probably, I can see this one. But Moldova, Faroe Islands, Nathan, what are we saying?
I'd say that Moldova have the better national side personally from what I've seen, even though we could destroy them.
We've seen them play, actually.
We've seen Moldova play, we beat them 4-0. We were sat in an Indian stand for that one against Wales. First game in charge, I believe, under Gig. No, that was against Republic of Ireland. This was first game after the Euros in 2016. I'm going to go for 2-0 Moldova.
2-0, yeah. I think it's going to be a home win to the home side in Zimbabwe. Chisinau, that must be their capital. I don't know. I'll have to do some research on that. But we're both going for a home win on this one. Before we get to Spain versus Greece, and this is actually taking place in Granada in Spain. So good to see the Spanish national team. They actually move around the country.
They don't have a set base, the Spanish one, because I believe in the last qualifiers they were based in Betis, if I'm correct, which is in Valencia. No, not Valencia, Sevilla. If anyone wants to know. So
but we got Spain coming up against Greece. Where do you see this one going then, Nathan? Because Greece is always a tough nation to.
They're always a tough nut to crack. They've got the likes of Pelkas in the middle, Socrates at the back, even though he's a bit inconsistent defensively. Manolas partnering up, and Chismiskas as well from. Or Chismiskas, however you say his name, from Liverpool. Costas Fortunas as well, who plays from the Spanish squad. You could say it's quite a young squad. Lots of young players coming through. I mean, after the 2014, I'd say more after the 2016 Euros and 2018 World Cup.
You've got De Gea there. Defenders of Poro Garcia, Ramos, of course, Lorente Martinez, Alba, and Gea. The midfielders.
So you got the likes of Busquets, probably the biggest veteran in there. Rodri as well, Thiago from Liverpool.
We thought he started off really well for Liverpool, but he's sort of gone disappointed, gone downhill. Can't really tackle. Gives lots of yellow cards away, doesn't he? So.
One player that is sort of missing, I thought. Well, it's good to see the likes of Mikel Oyarzabal coming in as well. Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres. Where on earth is Iago Atlas? That's what I want to know from Celta Vigo.
What about David Silva? Has he retired from the Spanish?
Yes, he's retired from the national team.
And up front, they've got Gerard Moreno, Ferran Torres from Man City, of course.
Oyarzabal from Sociedad as well.
Morata and Olmo. So who do you actually think will start up front for Spain?
I think it's going to be Oyarzabal and Morata.
Yeah,
I think with maybe Ferran Torres behind them. I'm going to go for 3-0 Spain. I think just too dominant going forward. The other thing I want to know is how well are they going to play at the back, though.
I don't think it's going to be a huge win for Spain. They are at home. No fans, of course, in the ground, but I'm gonna have to go for a Spain victory. I'm gonna go for a 2-0 victory. Next up, we've got Scotland coming up against
finally in the Euros Championships.
This takes place at Hampden Park in Glasgow. Now, in the past year or two, Scotland suddenly they're finding players. A lot of their players now playing in the Premier League.
It's sort of a mix of old and new for Scotland. You've got these great young players coming through, and then you've got the seasoned veterans. Andy Robertson, David Marshall as well, Ryan Christie, another one. And then you've got the youngsters coming through, such as Che Adams, Scott McTominay, Kieran Tierney, Lyndon Dykes as well, who I believe is from Livingston, if that's correct. I believe playing in the English Pyramid now, though. And then looking at the Austria squad as well, a very, very good team, though. David Alaba, Marko Arnautovic, Demir, Marcel Sabitzer of RB Leipzig as well. Very good players.
Playing out in China. Come on, is he? What's his form?
It's going to be a bit iffy because he has flopped a little bit in China by the sounds of things as well.
Have they got Bogenhauer as well?
Yeah, they do. From Hoffenheim, I believe. Tricky one, this one. I think it's going to be Desmond's 2-2.
No, I'm looking at this squad. I really do like the
look of
Scotland.
Austria, as well.
Well, I like the look of Scotland. Although they have got
Sabitzer as well. I just remembered from Aston Villa.
They've actually got Sabitzer playing for Austria.
Yeah, Marcel Sabitzer.
No, I think on home soil, want to get off to a very good start.
It's in Hampden
for this campaign. So I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 victory to Scotland. And looking in the chat. Sportcat has gone for a 3-0 victory to Spain over Greece. Should be a routine 3 points. Lil Ice has gone for 2-1 to Spain. Greece could give them a problem. I think they will, Lil Ice. True, but I don't think they will. Sportcat, Scotland can lose to smaller teams if it's not their day. I think they're going to start off with a positive result. So, next up, we've got Romania against North Macedonia, Nathan. I think this is going to be a straightforward victory to Romania.
It should be.
I'm not going to not skipping over it too much, but I think it's going to be a 2-0 victory to Romania. Nathan?
Yeah, I mean, for Romania, very good squad, I think. Yanis Hagi, Sanisu, George Pushkas as well from Reading. Very good striker in the Championship, even though he's a bit up and down sometimes. I mean, he scored some great goals against Cardiff in the past. For the likes of North Macedonia, only player I can really think of is Alioski from Leeds. Bit inconsistent there, but they've got some okay players.
Where does Pandev play from?
Pandev, I believe he's out in Genoa in Italy, which is interesting. I'm probably going to go for 2-0 to Romania, though. Hagi goal and a Pushkas goal as well.
And next we've got another minnow of a country. We've got Andorra coming up against Albania. Now, whenever Wales have come up against Albania, we've always seemed to have struggled, or we haven't actually played in quite a while. But this is going to be I think Albania are going to win this one quite comfortably 3-0.
Interesting. Looking at the chat as well, we've got quite a few in the chat before I move on to mine.
Well, all we said is Sportcat Scotland. No, we haven't actually. Nobody else has commented there. Everyone else looks like they've had enough and gone home. Only 4 people in the chat. So
interesting. But looking at the Hungary squad as well, you got Peter Galatsky from Salzburg or Leipzig. One of them, Adam Nagy as well. Sobolazi. Some okay players in Hungary as well, and then Poland. Lewandowski. Can't not mention him, can we? But going back after that, Piatek maybe is okay. Blaznikowski as well. His name's like a Wi-Fi password. And then you've got Szczesny as well. So it's just the defence that Poland concerns me. I think there'll be goals in this one. I'm going to go for 3-2 to Poland, though.
Well, no, I think Hungary, strong team. We've seen them play. Okay, Wales did beat them. They did give Wales some problems, but with that Welsh crowd behind them, Wales coming through in the end. But I think in Hungary, okay, I don't think there's a crowd there. I know there are crowds in some places.
Puskas Arena as well, a new
It is
stadium.
the Puskas Arena with the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City have been playing in Champions League recently, but I think this is going to end up in a 1-1 draw. And next up, we have got Liechtenstein coming up against Armenia. Now, what is the head-to-head results between these two countries? Both some minnows. Let's have a look. Liechtenstein.
I believe Armenia, only player I can think of is Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Yes.
If that's correct. Apart from that, I don't really know any others.
In Armenia.
Yeah. Offering Thomas Adzi. I don't even know how to say the name. Yes, you guys think Armenia is good or have a chance to get second in Group J? I just don't think you have enough, unfortunately. Maybe third or fourth.
Yeah, Armenia have actually won 2 and drawn.
Yeah.
Liechtenstein hasn't actually won in their previous 4 fixtures. They last met in 2019, where it was a draw, and prior to that, Armenia won. So
I think Armenia have the advantage in this one. I'm going to say 2-1. I imagine
they do.
2-0 Albania. England is scared of them.
But it is in Liechtenstein, and they've actually drawn 2 matches in Liechtenstein, so maybe they're a little bit stronger at home. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this fixture. You guys think Armenia is good or has a chance to get second in Group J? Not a chance. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to draw their opening fixture against Liechtenstein, but it all remains to be seen when Thursday comes. But next up, we've got the penultimate match in our predictions. It's Italy coming up against Northern Ireland. What are we thinking, Nathan?
Italy, strong squads. They're getting back to their ways after missing out on both the World Cup. And it was just the World Cup one. I didn't think they missed out on the Euros. You've got the likes of Ciro Immobile there, Rafael Tololi, Jorginho, Chiellini, Moise Kean as well. Lots of Italian players in the Italian league coming through there. Al-Sharawi, we can't forget to mention as well. Some really good players in that Italy squad as well. May have stepped down from what they've used to have in their past, but it's still very good. Northern Ireland squad though, got the likes of not so much Will Grigg anymore. Stuart Dallas, Bailey Peacock Farrell as well, Jamal Lewis, Carl Lafferty, Gavin White, and the resurgent Kyron Brown as well, who was absolutely superb in the South Wales derby the other week. Italy, they should be expected to win this one. Northern Ireland have really been struggling since Michael O'Neill left for Stoke City in the Championship. I'm going to go 3-1 to Italy as well.
You think it's going to be goals in
yes, they're
Italian match? No, I don't think. Northern Ireland defensively been very, very good over the past few years. Italy shouldn't have too much trouble playing. This is actually playing in Parma. Is that in the south of the country?
Northern Italy. Just north of Rome.
You shouldn't have too much trouble coming over Northern Ireland, but I think it is going to be tight, and I'm just going to go by the solitary goal, 1-0. And then we've got England coming up against San Marino. If this is at Wembley, if England
how is this happening again?
I think they've beaten didn't San Marino actually score first and they went on to win some 5-1 or something like that?
Yeah, that's correct.
I think England are actually going to destroy San Marino. I'm going to go for a 7-0 victory in this one. They always do well in qualifiers, just when they get to the actual tournaments, that's when they fall down. Although they do, you have to say they did well in the last World Cup.
But yeah, surely it's got to be a 5-0 win to England. Anything less, they'll probably be angry, but yeah, 5-0.
That concludes our predictions.
First, Reece Thompson saying 5-0 Italy, or Thornton, I should say, 5-0 Italy. He's actually he's from Republic of Ireland. We were on about Northern Ireland, I believe, a minute ago. Peacock Farrell is the number 1 in there. I believe he's played for Leeds and everything, but Northern Ireland really good defensively. But then again, that's Michael O'Neill football, isn't it? He used to go well, he's gone to Stoke now, but that's about it really.
And Fred Leader has gone for a 2-1 victory to Italy. Reece Thomas gone for a 5-0 victory to Italy. And England nil. San Marino, no, they're going to play 9 defenders and Harry Kane. No, I think I think that England are going to have way too much for them. Not a fan of the English national team, but I just think they're going to have way too much for this San Marino side. And Cyber Leader, WHUFC has gone for an 8-1 victory. They think they'll get through that defence for the San Marino. So that concludes our predictions for game week 1 of this 2022 World Cup European qualifiers. There are matches, of course, next week as well, and there's some friendlies going over the weekend. So we may actually do another live stream, possibly Sunday or Monday, perhaps. Now there are other, this is going on all over the world. Qualifiers in Africa, CONCACAF. Thomas Azerbaijan, thank you very, very much for the super chat.
$1.99, well, $2 US, which I believe is about £1.50, which is
very
great.
much appreciated. Do you watch the Premier League predictions as well? If you do, then thank you very much.
I mean, you won UEFA Nations League game without a here as well. That's very interesting. I think I've got that name right, but yeah. It'll be interesting to see with Armenia as well.
They've never lost against Liechtenstein in their 4 matches that they've played as well. So it'll be interesting to see. If there is going to be a victor, it will be Armenia, but I think that Liechtenstein will gain a draw. Thomas Azerbaijan, they beat Macedonia, Georgia, Estonia, and they beat Greece and Bosnia for the qualifiers. Who was that?
Armenia.
Armenia. They are, and Wales had a bit of trouble getting past them.
Yes, we did.
I think it was it 1-1 at one point? Or was it? And then Bale popped up with the goal at the end. Do England versus Albania Sunday, Nathan?
No chance.
No?
I don't support England. I have no better chance of ever supporting England.
We're not supporting them, but do you think England will be victorious against
Albania? Sorry, I thought you went to a watch on for it for a second.
Yeah, you should do it.
No, I'm not doing a watch on for any England games.
Wales versus Mexico, though.
I mean, if someone pays me £100, then maybe, but no chance. England, Albania, I'm probably going to say 3-1, I think.
Fantastic. So it's coming up to the hour mark now, guys. We said we'd only be on an hour this evening. Make sure, see what matches you can catch over the next few days. The ones I'm most looking forward to, though, obviously we're going to be watching Wales versus Belgium tomorrow evening. If I can go back up to the top. Other matches, the big matches, you could say. Actually, that Slovenia-Croatia match looks a little bit tasty. Norway shouldn't have too much trouble getting through in their match. But the biggest one, really, is that Belgium-Wales match. Elsewhere, Germany, Iceland. I don't think Germany will have too much trouble getting through, but always good to see Iceland. It'll be interesting to see how Zlatan gets on if he plays for Sweden against Georgia. Bulgaria, Switzerland, that could be a tasty tie. Also, that Israel against Denmark. However, we're both thinking that Denmark will win that one. People in the chat thinking Greece should give Spain a good match, but Spain should win that one. Scotland against Austria, very tricky one to call. Scotland, we know that their players, a lot of players coming through now, stepping up to the international play, and Austria have got quite a good few players. I think, did you say a draw, Nathan?
Yeah, I said a draw.
I went for a 2-1 victory to Scotland. Our friends in the chat think Armenia are going to do very well in this one against Liechtenstein. Possibly Italy to beat Northern Ireland, and we think England are going to destroy San Marino. Why is Nathan wearing a white top?
No,
this is grey.
This is grey, not white.
What is prediction for England? Poland, though? Ooh, 1-1 draw maybe. He supports England because he's wearing white.
It's grey.
Who is better, Armenia or Albania? I'd say Armenia. Turkey, Netherlands is going to be interesting. It is, and that is next week, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct.
But thank you for joining us on this Tuesday evening. Enjoy the international football over the next couple of days before the friendlies on the weekend, and then back to business again next week. Now, Nathan, is there anything you'd like to add? Do you have any live streams coming up?
I'm streaming tomorrow night for the Wales versus Belgium game, which should be very interesting, guys. Make sure you're there, link in the description below.
And that kicks off
I think it's 7:45.
It is 7:45 from the UK, but in mainland Europe, that'll be 8:45, of course.
8:45, yes, that's correct.
Fantastic. And will you be live streaming on the weekend for the Mexico match?
I don't know yet. It's only a friendly. I'll have to wait and see on that one. I don't think I'm going to do it.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks for joining us. Thanks for contributing in the chat on the side. We'll see you all again soon, probably for another live stream over the weekend, perhaps. But for now, both bid you farewell, bid everyone farewell, enjoy the football.